sentences. And then I think of two sentences. So I mean, so that I must say, and what I was I do not I also noticed that I and so as we figured out I didn't know that's one for sure. And well, because Amy was coaching. So I was pretty sure that you were going to say that.
Yeah, I have some notes. So I don't know why we have so many of these. Yeah, and I have This is page 323. Shabbat shalom, shir tikva. Oh, come on. Let's try one more time. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
There are so many reasons I'm grateful to be inside of this multimodal, in-person, and Zoom world, but one of them is the possibility people could really talk back to me. So let's dig in. One more. I'm just going to savor. Good Shabbos. Grateful am I to be here in this space, leading with Gail Zoffer and Jane Newman. I am Rabbi Ariel. It is my joy to be rabbi here at Shir Tikva, and I'm just so ready for Shabbat. So ready to fill this space and fill my heart, our hearts up with song. May it be. So welcome to each of you on Zoom and on live stream. Welcome to each of you here on 50th Street. Let us take a moment and feel lines of connection between us. And I want to welcome especially those who are here to celebrate and welcome into community the one, the only Sybil. And Mazal Tov to Rowan and to Brett and to Chelsea. So excited to be able to welcome you tonight. I want to just pause for a moment and check who in the sanctuary is here for the very first time. Welcome. Don't be nervous. It's great. Welcome. Here, will you raise your hand with pride if this is your first time ever at Shutifa? Yay! Welcome. And if it's your first time, because we have just started re-entering in person in the last 2 months. And so I'm wondering, is there anyone, I know there are actually, I'm not going to say it as a question, who here is here for the first time since COVID? Can you raise your hands? Wow, well, welcome back. Welcome to you who are here for the first time. We're going to say the blessing on new things, on new moments, all together. The blessing is found on page 344. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kiyemanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. welcome, and we'll have a chance later in the service to greet each other. And I really want to invite those of us who have been hanging around here for a while, please gently introduce yourselves and welcome those who are returning and those who are here for the very first time. So it's my joy to invite Steve and Keith to come join me here on the Bima as we kindle our Shabbat lights. Steve and Keith are celebrating 5 years of marriage. You too. Mazal tov. Yay! And I would love to invite you to please kindle our Shabbat lights. And if you're at home, please gather your candles to you and let us light together. It's a hard one.
It's going to be a long Shabbat.
And we're only 5 minutes in. So you push it. Oh, maybe we're there. We go. Oh, here's the microphone.
There. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
So, my dears, Mazal Tov, in honor of your anniversary, I did a little digging about the significance of the number 5 in Jewish tradition. From nerd to nerds, I just really wanted to be able to lift up those sweet moments. I'm presuming those sweet wisdoms, gleanings from our tradition. So here we go. Ready? The number 5. Torah is made of 5 books. So may your relationship be full of journey and exploration and deepening relationship. The 10 Commandments are written 5 laws on the right tablet, 5 laws on the left tablet. So may you establish your relationship on a covenant of trust and love. 5 are the number of knots on a tzitzit. I know. So may your relationship keep you warm and cozy, just like a talit. There are 5 sections in the book of Psalms. So may your relationship be full of love and song and poetry. And finally, the Hebrew letter that stands for the number 5 is a hey, which, if you try to pronounce the hey without vowels, what sound does it make, Steve? A breath, just a breath. And so to the two of you, as you move into this next year of love, this next year of relationship, may your love be renewed and restoring like a deep breath. May it be easy and comforting. May it be life-giving. Mazal tov. It's now my joy. This is a night full. We're just going to be holding it together. It's a night full of joy. So I'm going to invite Chelsea. Is this an okay time? Maybe? Oh, we can come back to it. We're going to start singing. No rush. Oh, newborns are divas. They take exactly as much time as they need. Is that okay? Okay, great. So I'm going to invite Brett and Chelsea and Sybil and Rowan and your families to join me here on the Bima. Yay! So do you have the packets now? We do. Great. Hi, everyone. Hey, tiny person. Baruch haba. Blessed is Sybil, who comes to enter a covenant today. In each generation, we connect and revitalize our relationship with the sacred and with our people. We find our unique way of being part of our culture and community. So in Jewish tradition, all smachot, all Jewish occasions happen over a cup of grape juice. It's a symbol of transformation, and so we'll begin by raising our cup together and saying, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Blessed are you who forms the fruit of the vine. So I'm going to invite the two of you to offer.
Today, we'd like to give our blessings to Sybil Skalar-Tamina, who was a journey in the making for Chelsea and I and Rowan, and who is such a blessing as a part of our family. We could not be the Taminats, we could not be us without you, even though we have only known you for such a short while. We have dreamt of you for years, we have wished for you for longer, and we are so happy you are finally with us and finally get to make us a family of 4. And I know that Rowan is so excited to be a big sister. And we also share our blessings and our wishes and my profound hope to share our joy and excitement of what the future can bring with every member of our community who welcomes Sybil into the community this evening, because I think we all need a little bit of that pure joy that comes from welcoming a new life and a new hope of what that all could bring. So thank you all for joining us.
Pass it from one person to the other. I think you can text them to stay close.
May Jewish community and tradition be a source of guidance and direction for you, Sybil. May it provide you with morals and values, and through it, may you find your own particular and authentic relationship with God and spirituality.
Sybil, you will never need to wonder who you are or where you belong. You are firmly anchored in the love of your family and community, and your life is forever bound up with the life of your people. May we always remember this. Help you to remember this.
May the Jewish community provide you with a safe space in which to explore your world. May the teachings of the Jewish tradition imbue in you kindness, respect for all creation, and a connection to family and history.
We bless you with unconditional love. May you always know that your family cherishes you and values you not only for your achievements, but because you are a unique and beautiful human whose life we are privileged to share.
We give you the gift of independence. Let our love and care for you always be healthy and positive, never stifling or possessive. May we try always to respect and appreciate your boundaries and uniqueness as we aim to teach you to respect this in others.
May we always try to respect and appreciate your uniqueness and teach you to respect this in others.
We give you the gift of curiosity. We want you to share our love of learning with you, Sibi, and help you to appreciate the complicated and magical world to which you have come.
This is Auntie Lynn speaking now. We also know you will know injustice and bless you with the courage and wisdom to take part in restoring a broken world to wholeness.
It is said that there are 3 names by which a person is called: the one they are given at birth, the one in which people call them, and the one they earn for themselves. The Hebrew name that you receive today marks the beginning of your life's journey.
May this name be one that serves you well, that connects you to your family and to your culture, and that allows you to discover the name that you will earn for yourself.
May Sybil's family and community find much joy in her, and may her life bring blessings to her family. Good job, little one. May she bring blessings to her family and her friends and to our people. Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu kayemet hayalda hazot lehorea vayikra shema b'Yisrael Shilo ככתוב ישמח אביך ואמך ותגל יולדתך, הודו לאדוני כי טוב, כי לעולם חסדו. זאת הקטנה שילה, גדולה תהיה. כשם שנכנס לברית, כן תיכנס לתורה ולחופה ולמעשים טובים. O God and God of our ancestors, sustain this child for her mama, Baba, and big sister Rowan. Let her be called in Israel Shiloh. And may this little one, Shiloh, bring transformation to the world. As she enters into the covenant, so may she enter into a life of learning, loving relationships, and good deeds. I'm going to invite the two of you to say this blessing right here.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'haknisha b'brit shel Avraham v'Sarah.
Blessed are you, eternal one, whose presence fills creation. You make us holy with your mitzvot, and you call us to bring this little one, Shiloh, Sybil, into the covenant of Abraham and Sarah. So we will seal with blessings. And I'm going to offer Birkat Kohanim, and I invite you to repeat after me, okay? Yevarechecha Adonai Ve'yishmerecha Ya'er Adonai Panav Elecha Vichuneka Yisa Adonai Panav Elecha V'yasem lecha Shalom. Yay! Let's all say Shehechianu, this blessing on new things. Such a beautiful moment, and she's so awake. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Mazal tov to your community, to your family gathered here, to Rowan, big sister extraordinaire. Let us sing the most tender lullaby version of Siman Tov Mazel Tov to this great family. Siman Tov Mazel Tov Mazel Tov Siman Tov Siman Tov Mazel Tov Mazel Tov Siman Tov Siman Tov Mazel Tov Mazel Tov Siman Tov Yelanu 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 Ulecho Yisrael Yelanu Yelanu Ulecho Yisrael. Mazal Tov, welcome. You may be seated. And it's my joy to invite Gail and Jane to join me on the bima. You're doing so good, Rowan. Song Lechu Niranena, page 12. Number 3 in our online Siddur.
Lechu Niranena L'Adonai Nariya L'Tzuishenu Lechu Niranena L'Adonai Nariya L'Tzuishenu
Nikadem afanav
B'todah
B'zmirot Nariya lo
Nakadem afanav
continue together on page 14, the bottom paragraph, or number 4 on the online Siddur, Or Zarua Latzadik.
Or Zarua Latzadik, Uli Shelev, Simcha. Or Zarua Latzadik, Uli Shelev, Simcha. Light is returning, even though it is the darkest hour. No one can hold back the dawn. Light is returning, even though it is the darkest hour. No one can hold back the dawn.
We continue with Ana Bechoach, which is found if you're on 50th Street in our insert, or is number 5.
Anna Bechoach, Gedulat Yemincha,
Tatir Tzerura, Tatir Tzerura, Kaberinat, Rinat Amcha, Sagveinu, Tareinu, Nora, Anna Bechoach, Gedulat Yemincha, Tatir Tzerura, Tatir Tzerura, Kaberinat, Rinat Amcha, Sagveinu, Tareinu, Nora. I believe in solid ground until I saw the earth in motion, in the wind of steady change, and in the air, the rolling ocean. Anna Bechoach, Gedulat Yemincha, Tatir Tzerura, Tatir Tzerura, Kaberinat, Rinat Amcha, Sagveinu, Tareinu, Nora. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. So Torah doesn't speak explicitly about electricity or Pyrex or guns. But this Shabbat, we don't need our text to tell us that what is happening in our country with guns, and what happened in Texas this Tuesday, we don't need Torah to tell us that was wrong. We don't need Torah to tell us that AR-15s should not be in the hands of anyone, much less those entering stores or shuls or schools. And we don't need Torah to tell us to keep acting, donating and organizing and showing up for grieving neighbors and shaking up the status quo. As we mark 2 years of uprising since the murder of George Floyd, we open to the written Torah that roots us in our tradition and the oral Torah of our hearts. We lift our voices this Shabbat, disoriented but still somehow dreaming of our world redeemed, pouring blessings on the heads of our children, showing up with flowers and donuts for our neighbors, trying our best. Torah doesn't speak explicitly about electricity or Pyrex, but it has a lot to say about Shabbat. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, protect Shabbat, and remember Shabbat all at the same time. Shamor, embody Shabbat with your prayer and your action, with your beauty and your breath. Protect Shabbat by doing. V'zachor, remember Shabbat all week long. Carry the possibility of rest with you through the sharp edges of the week. Never let go of our sanctuary, even when we're stretched and scared. Tonight, let us trust our traditions, trust in us. May we release ourselves to rest. Let us bring our fullness, our sorrow, and our hope into this sanctuary, and let us hold each other a while. Let us open to Shabbat. Let us sing a love song to Shabbat, Lecha Dodi, page 20. And as always, let us greet Shabbat by throwing open doors and windows, by running at the 9th verse through these doors onto 50th Street to welcome Shabbat at the threshold.
Likrakala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrakala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, ishmi'anu el hamyuchad. Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, l'shem u'tiferet ve'litila. Lecha dodi likrakala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrakala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki mikor haberacha. Merosh mikedem nesucha, sof maaseh b'machshava tchila. Lecha dodi likrakala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrakala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Mikdash melech, ir melucha, kum yitzei mitoch hafecha. Rav lach shevet b'mekabacha, v'hu yachamol alayich emla. תחמי על יד בן ישי בית הלחמי כל באל נפשי גאלה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה התעוררי התעוררי כי באורך קומי אורי 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 שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה יללה 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 פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה יללה 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 פני שבת נקבלה לא תבושי ולא תקרמי מה תשכחי ומה תהמי בך יחסו אני עמי ונבנתה עיר ארתילה לך דודי לקראת קלה יללה 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 פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה יללה 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 פני שבת נקבלה והיו למשכנה שור שעיר ורחקו כל מבלעיר יסיס עלייך אלוהיך כי שוחת כאן קלה לך דודי לקראת קלה יללה 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 פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה יללה 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 פני שבת נקבלה ימין ושמאל תפרוצי ואת אדוני תריצי על יד איש בן פרצי ונשמחה ונגילה לך דודי לקראת קלה יללה 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 פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה יללה 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 פני שבת נקבלה בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת קלה יללה 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 פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה יללה 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 פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי יללה 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 יללה
Let's take this moment. Folks in this space in 50th Street, let's wave to our friends on Zoom and YouTube. Friends on Zoom and YouTube, please wave back. We can feel you even if we can't see you. And one more moment, there's a delay, so we'll just keep waving. The waves will keep going. And now I'm going to invite us, we'll take 3 minutes in breakout groups. I know it's short. I know. So we will just greet the people who are around us and know that after Shul, there's more chance to greet. So let's take this moment in space to greet each other, to share our names, and just welcome each other into Shabbat. See you back in 3 minutes.
Question for you. If I call this, am I asking the people online to give their gratitudes, or the people in this space to give their gratitude? Anything else I should know? Me too. Yeah, that baby is so cute. Also, the units, one of the cousins is it was the best thing that happened.
So Ya la 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 la
ya la la, la 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 la, la 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 ya la la ya la la, ay ay la, ay 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 oh.
I'm going to take my mask off.
All right. Hi.
Shabbat Shalom.
Good Shabbos.
My name is Aaron. I am one of the rabbinic... Hi, to you too. Yeah. I am one of the rabbinic interns here at Shir Tikva. As a point of access, I'm wearing a gray and pink shirt, and I have a beard that is reminiscent of Obi-Wan Kenobi in the new Star Wars show that's out today. And that's what I am looking forward to. And we're going to call ourselves to prayer.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So the Baruch can be found on page 28 in Mishkan Tefillah, or it's number 7 in our, on the online prayer book. You may rise. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed. We'll continue with our Mariv service with the Shema and the Ve'ahavta, which is page 34 in Mishkan Tefillah, if you're here with us in the building, and number 8 and 9 in the online Siddur. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed Ve'afta et Adonai Elohecha Bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha Vehayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha vishinantam levanecha vidibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha uv'shartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uchtavtam על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Bring back up Gail and Jane to lead us in Micha Mocha, which can be found on page 40 in Mishkan Tefillah, number 10 in the online Siddur.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדב הקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, יאי אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל. Amen.
So I am going to improv for a second. Some of you may have noticed a through line in some of my recent Shabbat messages, which is that I've been reading a lot an essay from Abraham Joshua Heschel, rabbi of the 1960s. In his essay on prayer, he talks a lot about how prayer is a sanctuary in time. And I quoted his essay earlier today in my Shabbat message and a couple weeks ago. And this prayer, Ufros Aleinu, Hashkivenu, really feels as though this week, we need it to be a sanctuary in time for us, a refuge in time for us. So as we go into Ufros Aleinu, let us all seek the shelter of peace that we're praying for. We'll continue with Ufros Aleinu, which is on page 42 in Mishkan Tefillah, and number 12 in your online Siddur.
So
continue with our relationship with Shabbat. Vishamru, on page 44, number 13 in the online Siddur.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם, ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש.
As we get ready for the Amidah, our time for personal prayer, personal reflection, we like to call into the space gratitude. And it's our practice in this community to call out our gratitude. So I encourage you, whether you're here with us on 50th Street or whether you're with us on Zoom, put something you're grateful for in the chat or right now. What are we grateful for, Shir Tikva?
Musical partners.
So many others in the choir.
Sunshine.
The color yellow. It's a good week to remember that there's a lot to be grateful for. So we will call ourselves to prayer for the Amidah, which is on page 46 or number 14 in your book, Adonai Sfatai, or on the online Siddur, number 14, and take a few minutes for personal prayer and reflection.
Adonai, Adonai, Sifatai Tiftach. Adonai, Adonai, Sifatai Tiftach. Ufi agim tahilatecha, Ufi agim tahilatecha, Ufi agim tahilatecha, Ufi agim tahilatecha. Adonai, Adonai, open my lips that I might pray. Adonai, Adonai. to show you my need. Open my mouth to praise your deeds. Open my mouth to show you my need. Shalom, Limromam, Oseh, Shalom, Aleinu, Oseh, Shalom, Limromam, Oseh, Shalom, Aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imaru Amen. Ve'imaru Amen. Ve'imaru Amen. Ve'imaru Amen. May the one who makes peace above, may the one who seeks peace below, bring taste to Israel and bring peace to every soul. And let us say, Amen. And let us say, Amen. And let us say, Amen. And let us say, Amen.
We take this time now to pray for healing of body and spirit and heart. And I invite you, as I look around, if you're in space together, please share names of people you're praying for. It's okay if we overlap because we're filling the space up with the names of our loved ones. So don't be nervous. This isn't time to be Minnesotan about it. We will just share names generously because I know there are so many folks right now who are in need of healing, and on Zoom and on YouTube, I invite you to share names in the chat so that way we can hold the fullness of our prayer together. So at this time we pray for We sing you healing. We sing you care. We sing you justice. We sing you prayer. We sing you healing. We sing you care. We sing you justice. We sing you prayer. El Narefanala, El Narefanala, oh El Narefanala, El Narefanala, oh El Narefanala, El Narefanala, oh El Narefanala, El Narefanala. I invite you to keep, if you're realizing, oh, there are more people that I'm praying for, I invite you to keep holding them close. The gates of tefillah, or gates of prayer, are never closed. So many of you have reached out in these last days, asking for Torah to help get through this hard week, to help get through the heartache. And I've been grateful for your reach outs and for your questions. I've been so grateful to hear how you are and to know that you turn to Shir Tikva, to our tradition, to look for a way through the heavy and the hurt. In this fraught political moment, Torah alone can't cut through the noise obscuring the path towards gun violence prevention. But it does point the way, I think, towards a framework of response for those of us left reeling and trying to find our way back into action. And I don't know if anyone feels like doing a quick shift of seats, but I feel really lonely. So if anyone feels like moving closer, I would be very grateful. It's like, it's story time. Thanks. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. Oh. And I know my friends on Zoom are also moving closer. I feel you. I feel you. So in these last hours and days, really, thank you. Wow. I've been pulled to the idea of being a shomer, a protector and a guardian. We sing about enacting protection in Lechadodi, Shamor v'Zachor b'Dibur Echad, and again in Hashkivenu. In Lechadodi, we describe the dual instructions that God gave the Israelites about how to relate to Shabbat. Shamor v'Zachor, we must protect and remember Shabbat. Then we sing in Vishamru, the people of Israel protect Shabbat, Vishamru b'nei Israel. They guard Shabbat, doing Shabbat or embodying Shabbat through the generations. The nature of what it means to guard or protect shifts in Hashkivenu when we pray Ushmor tzetenu uvoenu lechayim uleshalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Guard our goings and our comings, Ushmor tzetenu uvoenu, for life and for peace, lechayim uleshalom me'ata ve'ad olam, from this moment until eternity. We ask God for protection, to spread over our heads a shelter of peace, and we ask to be guarded. When we open ourselves to this experience of being protected, of being shielded, what do we imagine? What experiences might each of us carry of being guarded? Maybe that brings up some scary feelings, right? That can feel uncomfortable or undignified. How does our exploration of community safety inform our understanding of being a shomer, a protector or a guard? But I want to ask us tonight if it's possible to recall a moment when you've offered protection to someone in a way that was grounded in deep love and dignity. I'm going to invite you to think about that for a moment. Do you have an experience when you experienced someone protecting you, looking out for you in a loving and dignifying way? What did it feel like? What relationships existed to allow that to happen? Perhaps we can access Hashkivenu's request for protection by learning from Shir Tikva's Shomrim. It's the same root, Shomrim, here at Shir Tikva. Our Shomrim, generous community members who have taken time to train together, are active in our sanctuary space, in communication with each other, doing their best to help our sanctuary be a space that is safe and held. Their guarding, their work as Shomrim, involves active presence, attending to our space and to our people. They literally guard our goings and our comings, safeguarding our life and our wholeness, safeguarding our peace. Very quietly and with very little fanfare, they have undertaken a huge project to learn how to be Shomrim, safeguards of our collective safety and dignity. Now, you'll be interested to know, or maybe some of you know this already, who is the first person in Torah to use the title Shomer? This is not a quiz. Looking on the chat. Anyone? Get this. It's Cain. After he murdered his brother, right? After he murdered his brother, he asks God, Hashomer achi anochi, am I my brother's guardian? While Torah does not give us a hint to Cain's voice, to his tone, we can intuit, I think, the irony and the vitriol of his statement from his rejection of the idea of being bound up with his sibling, his disbelief that part of his role as a human would be to protect, to guard dignity and safety of those around him. And remember, we read the story of Cain and Abel in the very first parsha of Torah. We're not even through the first parsha before we hear of a person rejecting the possibility that they're accountable, that they could be a shomer. The world was just created, for goodness sakes. Cain and Abel are Adam and Eve's kids. And here we are already, colliding with violence, with the limits of human compassion, the limits of human responsibility. And I think we're living in a moment right now where we're facing a lot of Cains. So many people who are acting in rejection of the possibility of being Shomrim, of actively protecting and caring for each other. It's overwhelming and disorienting. It can push us to the brink. But what if Torah doesn't bring the story of Cain as a diagnosis of some inevitable way of being human, cruel and disconnected, jealous and violent, but rather as a reminder of what we must claim? By providing this negative example, Torah furnishes us with an aspirational language of how to show up for each other. Shomrei achim anachnu. We are each other's protectors. We can pick up the responsibility that Cain so callously rejected. We can embody protection. We can embody care. We can embody support. We can imbue our action with a commitment to work for the dignity and safety of all life. So as we struggle to integrate the sorrow of these weeks, as we sit inside the yahrzeit week of the murder of George Floyd, I want to ask us to consider seriously what it means to be shomrei achim, protectors of each other. That when we pray, ushmor tzetenu uvoenu, may our comings and our goings be protected. When we say that, we hear each other reminding us of our responsibility to actively work to safeguard the life and dignity of the people around us. So in these next days, in these next weeks, how might each of us undertake concrete ways of being shomrim, of being guardians? What will you contribute? What new action will you courageously undertake? What politician will you call? What conversation will you start? What intervention will you attempt? What organizing meeting will you attend? Which of you is going to reinvigorate Shir Tikva's gun violence prevention working group? Or volunteer for Shir Tikva's Shomrim team? What neighbor can you check up on, spend time with, nourish with your presence? May we care for each other. May we protect each other and keep expanding the scope of our accountability to each other. And may we be so very patient with ourselves, with our heartache and our overwhelm. May we move at the pace of our own grief and our energy. And let us not lose the chance to be shomrim for each other. Let us not let the overwhelm of this moment distract us from our very real, very material responsibilities to one another. Shomrei achim anachnu. We are each other's protectors. We are bound up in each other and responsible to one another. And let us never lay down that sacred charge. Shabbat shalom. So I'm going to invite us to just take a minute and actually think, I know it's Shabbos, so we're not committing. This is not action time, this is reflection time. What's a way that we can embody being a shomer this week? And just find what's there, already there. And to seal your courage to consider that question and to give you strength to be able to take action and to be shomrim, I am going to invite us to open to blessing. So I will use words of our tradition to bless, and then I'm going to invite the wizards on Zoom, who somehow pull down exactly the blessings we need each week, to rain blessings down on this community for yourselves and for each other. And so I invite you, if you are sitting near someone you want to cuddle with, to do so, and at least, if you feel like it, to cuddle yourself. Hamalach hagoel oti, Hamalach hagoel oti mikol ra, yevarech et hane'arim, v'yikarev bahem shemi, v'shem avotai, Avraham ve'Yitzchak, ve'yitgul harov, V'simchem Elohim kesara kerivka kerachel uchelea kefraim uchimenashe yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha Yael Adonai panav elecha vichuneka Yisa Adonai panav elecha yisem lecha shalom Yalalai yalai yalai Yalalai 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 ay yalalalai yalai 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 yalalai 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 ay yalalai yalalai ay yalalai yalalai May we find comfort in each other. May the Shomrim among us continue to find strength to provide the shelter of peace. May your body feel comfort, and especially if you have lost a sense of boundaries between you and the world around you, may you feel the comfort of boundaries. May we ask for protection when we need it. May we all feel love and protection of our pets. May we have the bravery to be Shomrim, and may we have the patience to listen to the words of those who have been Shomrim before. That's really loud. May we tap into this joy that courses through us, especially when we are so parched. May we give ourselves permission to ask for help, shelter, and blessings. Ken yehi ratzon. Thank you for being this container of blessings every week. We have been doing this since Bereshit. We've been blessing each other like this since Bereshit, since Hamalach HaGoeloti showed up in Torah. It's amazing to me how we've created this tradition together. So Yasher Koach. Let's take a breath. So important to be here together. I am going to invite Jane and Gail to join me back on the bima. As we turn now to Vehashivota, Aleinu, page 284, or number 18. Please rise.
V'hashevota, hashevota, el levavecha, ki Adonai, hu ha'Elohim, v'hashevota, el levavecha, ki Adonai, hu ha'Elohim, v'ne'emar, v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol ha'aretz, bayom hahu, bayom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo, u'shemo, u'shemo echad.
You may be seated. We turn now to Kadisha Tom, to Mourner's Kaddish. we're in Shloshim, and so, sorry, before I get there, I'm already inside of the list. As is the custom here at Shir Tikva, if you are in mourning for someone, or if you are observing the yahrzeit, the anniversary of someone's death, you're invited to share a sentence or two of memories so we can remember them with you. And so I will, please indicate if you'd like to share a story, and I will come to you. Don't be embarrassed, just signal, and I will come to you with a microphone so we can all hear your story. So we're in Shloshim for Dan Edelshik, father of Brian, and Hoke Curry, brother-in-law of Harry and Amy. Arlene Rita Spiegel, mother of Kate. Robert Earl Hensley, father of Fiona. We observe,
Yesterday, my wife's great uncle and godfather, Max Rolfson, passed on. So keep my wife, Gwen, and her family in your thoughts. Thank you.
we observe the second yahrzeit of George Floyd. And we also say the names of all those who were killed in Uvalde this week. Jose Flores, 10 years old. Elijah Cruz Torres, 10 years old. Miranda Mathis, 11. Cousins Jace Carmelo Luevanos, 10. And Jayla Nicole Silguero, 11. Alicia Ramirez, 10. Rogelio Torres, 10. Annabel Guadalupe Rodriguez, 10. Tess Mata, 10. Eli Garcia, 10. Michaela Lee Elrod, 10. Maite Juliana Rodriguez, 10. Ameri Garza, 10. Navea Bravo, 10. Uzia Garcia, 10. Javier Lopez, 10. Irma Garcia, who taught 4th grade and was in her 23rd year of teaching. Eva Mireles, who taught 4th grade and was in her 17th year of teaching. We observe the yahrzeits of Fanny Cohen, Philip's grandmother and Amira's great-grandmother. Nina Cottle, Richard's mother. Marcella Kaplan, Sam's mother. Marcy Kronfeld, Richard's mother. Peg Murphy, Mary Hartman's sister. Max Rosenthal, Nancy Abramson's grandfather. Diane Siegel, Jeff Siegel's mother and beloved member of Shir Tikva. Leonore Simon, Michael Simon's aunt. Laverne Snedding, Donna's father. Henry Lorenzi Sojourner, Aaron's father. Norman Soule, Jennifer Lewin's uncle. Sidney Spirer, Jody's father. Ozzie Stern, Mike's father. Shirley Swerdlick, Deborah Goodlaxon's mother. I see you there, Deborah. Bruce Watson, Laurel Rydell's brother.
My brother makes me think of my Musar statement that comes up on my phone. Joy as an act of resistance. When he was in college and I was in junior high, he wore a sweatshirt that said, with Snoopy, to live is to dance as he is to live. And he lived that and taught me that.
Alan Weinblatt, Gloria's husband and Shir Tikva founding member.
Alan.
Here, let's just turn it on. Go ahead.
Alan was actually a teacher of mine at religious school in Mount Zion when I was a kid. But my favorite memories of him are he and Gloria standing outside our home away from home on DuPont and with his little bow tie and welcoming all of us for the high holidays.
Frida Weinstein, Miriam's grandmother. Janine Nicole Wallace, Kate Weiss's niece.
Janine loved holidays, and she loved celebrating birthdays. She loved the ocean and bunny rabbits. She was very gentle and kind, and she was tormented by paranoid delusions, which is ultimately what ended her life at the age of 35. The fact that she died on May 26th, which 6 years ago, so it was before George Floyd died, but it's a very interesting convergence for me.
Larry Zell, Bobby's father. And to this list, I invite you just to let me know if there are other names you'd like to add.
My grandmother, Nell Kaner, died on May 29th, 54 years ago. And I still think of her all the time. She grew up in St. Paul. I always say she was in the same class in school as F. Scott Fitzgerald. And whenever I go to St. Paul, I realize she lived at 411 Selby. And when I'm on that street, I'm aware I'm on the ground where she hung out. So my only grandparent who was born in this country.
All right, well, belatedly, about a week, my brother-in-law, Dr. David Webster, who died of Alzheimer's. And shortly before he passed away, we were visiting him, and they were playing oldies music, and they were playing Chapel of Love. And I remember singing that with him, and the smile it brought to his face, and he sang as best as he could with it, but he loved it so much. And then also real quick, my friend Eric Wheeler, who was an actor that I worked with the Interact Center for the Arts, and I miss him terribly too.
Today is the yahrzeit of my grandmother, Salma Sternheim, who died when I was a sophomore in high school. And she was a wonderful woman whose life, unfortunately, was cut short. She couldn't talk for the last 8 years of her life, but she was a real spark plug. And one day after she died, my mom was in our kitchen, and she felt a fly come and land on her, and she, like, in that moment, felt my grandma's presence. And tonight, as I was sitting right there, a fly came and landed on me. And I know that people were talking about the flies, but I just felt my grandma in that moment. So.
Now we know why.
I'd like to remember my late father-in-law, Stanley Bring, and he filled in many of the places in my heart that were missing. So loving. So he stays in my heart.
I actually missed last week. So 15 years ago, outside of Baghdad, one of my good Army brothers was killed in an IED blast, Specialist Joseph Gilmore. And it makes this weekend kind of hard.
we were both older when we enlisted, so we kind of bonded to that because they called us Grandpa and Grandma. But we tried to keep the young kids in line. But I miss him a lot.
Thank you. I also missed last week's service, and May 19th was I think, the 20th anniversary of the passing of my older brother, who passed when I was 4, and I did not know him that well because I was 4, but just a general prayer request for my sister, my father, and my mother who've been grieving. Thank you.
So with heavy hearts, I invite you please to rise in body and spirit for Kadisha Tome, page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach yiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam olmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'tadar v'tale v'talal shmei dekudsha brichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata ta'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav u'yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace and comfort to all those who mourn. And let us say together, amen. You may be seated. Let's see. Who am I inviting? Rena. Amazing, amazing board member and exec member, Rena Harold. I'm going to do a Hooray Rena dance. We can all do the Rena dance. Hooray for Rena. Coming to read announcements.
Welcome. Thank you. That's the appropriate height. I appreciate it. I don't think I've ever had a dance before, so it's pretty exciting. Oh, very, very good. Very good. So I want to thank you for being with us tonight in person, on Zoom, where I usually am. It's lovely to be back. I'm not in my pajamas, though, so I don't know. There's a trade-off. At the end of the service, please return your prayer books to the usher table. We'd appreciate if you would pull out the single sheets and just stack the books up for us. You can find all of the Shir Tikva programming updates in our weekly e-news, and usually they are also at the bottom of the Shabbat news. If you don't get our emails right now and you would like to, please let us know. You can sign up on the homepage of the website. Let's see, what else am I supposed to say? Kabbalat Shabbat lay leader sign up. Please let us know if there's something that you would like to do for a service, give a kavanah, lead music, sing a song, do a drash. We would love to have you participate. I know that for all of us, it has just been a joy to get to meet people through their song and through their words. So please come and share with us. And I think that Aaron Burke is the right person to sign up with. Also want to let you know that Shabbat is coming. Shavuot is coming. Shabbat is here, but Shavuot is coming. We will have cheesecake outside Shir Tikva at 7:30 with a program inside at 8. It'll be multimodal, both in person and on Zoom. And we will learn from teachers, including Julie Dean, Lily Benowitz, Rabbi Jeffrey Schein, clergy from Shir Tikva, and Mayim Rabim. Please register on the website if you plan on attending in person so that we make sure we have enough food. That's the most important thing. And for the Makom Minyan Zoom announcements, I know that Sam and Harry will probably be trying to list them all. But please find the information for the weekend on our website. And thank you again for being here with us. It's a joy to celebrate.
Thank you so much. Shakosh. Oh yeah, the Rena dance. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. It is so good to move into this sanctuary with you. And it just feels even more, it's easier and easier each week we come back into space and hold this multimodal minyan just to feel the connection. I want to flag one late breaking announcement starting June 11th and then on the 2nd and 4th Shabbat at 2 p.m. we're going to start a song circle here. So, what? So if you want to come and sing in a non-prayer way, it can be prayerful, but a non-prayer way, please come starting the 11th of June. You heard it here first. So we're going to count the Omer, and then we will close in song. What do you say? Can we say a rousing Shabbat Shalom to each other? Sounds so good. Okay, here we go. I invite you please to rise in body and spirit as we count the Omer. Leshem yichud kudsha brichu shchinte hineni mochana umzumenet lekayem mitzvat aseh shel sfirat haomer shel sfirat haomer shel sfirat haomer shel sfirat haomer sheva Shabbatot temimot tiena Sheva Shabbatot temimot tiena ay ay alay lay alay lay alay lay lay ay alay ay alay lay lay alay lay lay Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat haomer al sfirat haomer al sfirat haomer al sfirat haomer Hayom Shnaim ve'arba'im yom Shehem Shisha Shavuot LaOmer. This is the 42nd day, which makes it 6 whole weeks of the Omer. Time's flying. So we're going to close in song, but before we do, oh, you're right, we're going to do that first. You're right. Good call. I just want to say thank you to you. I want to say thank you to Jane and thank you to Gail for your beautiful leadership. And Gail, thank you. We got to sing multiple Gail Zoffer compositions, which are just breathtakingly beautiful. Yasher Koach. Thank you to Gordon. Thank you to Aaron Burke. Mazal Tov to Steve and to Keith. And thank you so much to Jeremy and to Serene and to Jacob for holding our space, and to Rena and to Amy and to all of our board members present. So grateful, and so grateful to each and every one of you for helping hold this Shabbat. So let us, I'm going to raise twice blessed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'ratzon yinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh bereshit
כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים, כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת עם כל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת לחיים. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם המוציא לחם מן הארץ בתיאבון. There are 2 more thank yous that I need to say, and then we will really sing to close. Thank you so much to David Bailey. This is definitely a David Bailey creation. This is gorgeous. Will someone please try it? And thank you so much to our Makom Minyan. I'm sorry that I did not thank you out loud. Thank you to Harry and to Sam and Yasher Koach to Ray Levy, who was the Makom Minyan maven for the very first time tonight. So Yasher Koach, I was watching your facilitation. It was beautiful. So Yasher Koach and Shabbat Shalom. Let's sing, shall we? Oh. Oh, yes. A joy. We'll get there. Oseh shalom, shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, be'izro yoshvei tevel. Oseh shalom, shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Amen. Oseh shalom, shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Shabbat shalom.
Shalom. Peace to all.
That's good.